traveling to my family, or visiting customers in and around Germany, I'm living in the south of Germany, I would need to charge my car on the road and or destination. The solution? Fast DC charging, like with the CCharge D. Fast charging hubs and plazas, where 10 or even more cars could fast charge simultaneously, will become a common picture in our cities and on the highways. Intelligent charging, dynamic power allocation, and load management will be an important feature for the future, as well as upgradability, which will be important to maintain your investment. But what if besides charging fast, you can get additional benefit? Assume just on the touch screen, you will get additional information, for example, about the famous bakery nearby, and you can order your preferred cup of coffee or tea and a snack just while charging and pick it up. Investments into a charging infrastructure today should also support your business in the future. It should be affordable today, but adaptable and well maintained in the years to come. Stay with us for the next 30 minutes. We will provide you more information during this webinar. And now we are taking you to the city where two major ancient trade roads crossed, the Via Regia and the Via Imperii, to Leipzig. At the virtual doorstep of our development and manufacturing center of the CCharge D, Monique Mertens, our head of sales, is waiting for you.
Yeah, hello and a warm welcome also from my side. So before we really open the door now to our factory in Leipzig, let me add something. We put you, our customer, in the focus of all of our activities, from developing our products, processing your orders, executing installations, and delivering the services. With the e-mobility industry maturing, one would really expect also hardware and service maturing in an even faster pace. But we still all know that the complexity of the interoperability between the chargers and the vehicles, the authentication and payment methods, and all this combined with local regulations is still a very tough job to manage. Do we do everything right the first time? Probably not. But you can be sure that we will always take care that we will put it right for you. We at Siemens see ourselves as a service provider to you, from which in a connected world you can order the hardware or the service fitting to your most precious needs. We are sure that we will still often meet you, our customers, to work jointly on the new features to come and to make the business better for you. We are convinced that with the CCharge D, we created an excellent basis to support you in your current and future business. And we would be very happy to further tailor it to your business needs. And now, I'm not going to let you wait any longer, so let's see what Pierre and Moritz prepared for you beforehand in our site in Leipzig. So please enjoy the introduction of our latest and greatest product development, CCharge D.
And now, join us in welcoming our brand new charger, the CCharge D, in Leipzig at its birthplace. Compact, fast, robust, reliable. Developed for you.
Welcome here to our location in Leipzig, where we built up the Competence Center for DC charging. We have our R&D team sitting here, we have the test center where we currently are standing here, and we have the assembly hall next where we have our CCharge D being assembled. My name is Moritz Ingerfeld. I'm heading the DC product management e-mobility for Siemens, and with me is Pierre Wohlgemuth, who's the R&D project manager for this product. Pierre?
Today I'm really proud to present you our new high-power charger, which comes along in a sleek, compact design, a very low footprint, but it's even capable of handling up to 300 kilowatts of DC power. And what's really unique about it, that it can even charge up to 5 vehicles at the same time. What I would like to point out, so what you can see on the outside, is our really nice HMI design, which almost runs from top to bottom. It's made out of glass, but it's all vandalism protected because it complies with the IK10 standard. Also, the charger is protected against water and dust because we do comply with the IP54 standard. What you can also see are the nice LED bands which are running all around the houses. They can be dimmed or even shut off if you want, but they are intended that the customer can see the state of charge of the charger or even of his car from far away as an indication. Also down here, there we have special design cable retainers for the cable plugs, which are designed and manufactured by us. And also, which is in here, is our charging cables. So this one goes up to 500 amps, so it's a liquid-cooled power cable, and it can handle to charge one vehicle at 300 kilowatts. On the other side, we have our CHAdeMO standards. So normally you can buy it with the option with 125 amps, but we also offer 200 amps. If you don't want the CHAdeMO on the left side, we can also in the near future, offer a CCS cable up to 250 amps. Also down here in our nice HMI, we have also the AC charging socket, where you can charge one vehicle with 22 kilowatts. And besides here down low, you can see there are little glass panels. This is the preparation for the future German Eichrecht standard.
Thank you, Pierre. But what is important for you as a customer? When you see that charger, you have a massive screen. And it's only one touch that you can interact with the charger to come into our intuitive user interface. There is an authentication method, the RFID reader, which is standard, but you can also use apps, QR codes, or other authentication methodologies your provider is offering to you. We also have an integrated credit card reader. And then a last point to mention here, in some countries there's a requirement for having an emergency stop. Here the emergency stop is not sticking out of the housing. It's vandalism proof. It's actually an integrated part of the housing. That is what you can see only from the outside of this charger. But we also want to tell you more about the USPs of these chargers, where we believe the unique selling points where our charger differentiates to chargers which are currently in the market. To give you a brief introduction to that, we show you a small video.
Are you looking for the future? You'll find it in the new CCharge D from Siemens. It offers the perfect fit for any fast charging application in all environments. Fast, robust, convenient. CCharge D enables simple upgrading of charging power up to 300 kilowatts to meet the ever-evolving charging needs of electric vehicles. Cost-efficient and space-saving, this powerful charger can be easily extended with 2 additional DC dispensers to charge up to 5 cars in parallel. A forward-looking feature, the truly dynamic power allocation considers the individual power demands of the electric vehicles and ensures optimized charging time for each vehicle charged simultaneously. A comfortably large 24-inch touchscreen enables an easy integration of your customized content. While providing best-in-class user experience, it offers more than simply charging. With CCharge D, Siemens offers a solution today for the challenges of tomorrow. No need to look further. The future has arrived. CCharge D.
Power. Currently, a lot of chargers standing in the field are 50 kilowatt DC chargers. In the past, cars often were only charged with up to 100 kilowatts. You now see more and more cars being introduced to the market with 100, 125, and the one or the other car which can charge with up to 225 or 275 kilowatts. So now the market demands 150 kilowatt chargers. But this is a dynamic industry. So with such a new and innovative market, how do you want, as an investor, decide in which charging power you want to invest? You have different applications, different regions, different favorite car models. That's why we, as Siemens, thought about the built-in flexibility of this charger. And in one housing, we do have the capability to build in between 160 and 300 kilowatt. So, Pierre, can you explain how we have done that?
In order really to solve this customer challenge, we decided to use small power converters. All of them are galvanic isolated, and these power converters, they have a total power of 20 kilowatts. Thank you. So, this is one of our power converters, 20 kilowatts each of them, and up to 15 can be stacked in our charger. They can handle a voltage level of 150 volts up to 1000 volts. What's unique about them is that they are really lightweight. So they weigh less than 15 kilograms, so they can be easily handled by the Siemens customer service to install or swap them at construction site. And therefore, we can handle the challenge of power upgradability. And therefore, we can easily upgrade the charger from 160 kilowatts up to 300 kilowatts in groups of 60 kilowatts or 80 kilowatts.
Super. Thank you, Pierre. That was our first USP, Power Up. The next one is now Connect Plus. Connect Plus is the second feature we have built into the CCharge D to have a higher flexibility for you as an investor. The e-mobility market is growing tremendously. There are 10 to 12 million new e-vehicles expected to come to the market within the next few years. But when exactly this installation will need to happen, the installation for those electric vehicles, nobody really knows. With Connect Plus, we do have the option to expand the once installed CCharge D with two external dispensers and adding to the already existing two DC outlets and the one AC outlet, another two DC outlets so that you can charge up to 5 cars in total. So, Pierre, how does that work?
Well, if you as a customer pick the right option, so the dispenser option, you can decide if you want to add later on the external dispensers, so either one or two. And once you pick these options, everything is prepared and comes more or less plug and play later for connecting the dispenser within the charger. So what is inside? There, for example, the installation monitoring is in there for the dispensers, the overvoltage protection, the DC power trains. So everything is there that we can connect later on dispensers. The unique thing about this is that later on all the dispensers are supplied with the full power load. So you can charge your car either at the compact charger or at the dispenser up to 300 kilowatts, as long as they are equipped, of course, with a liquid-cooled power cable. This year we will have a basic dispenser. So this is a very good solution if your external dispensers are located quite close to our high power charger, because they will be operated via our nice big screen so that you can select the outlets at this charger. In the future we will also offer a so-called advanced dispenser. This advanced dispensers, it will have a liquid cooled cable up to 500 amps, and it will also have an HMI and an authentication method inside of it.
So what you can see, from adding dispensers later on, you can time the investment of your charging outlets in your own time. This was the second of our USPs, the second of a built-in flexibility. The next USP we want to introduce is a dynamic power allocation. Every charger has a nameplate, 50 kilowatt, 150 kilowatt, 300 kilowatt. But is that nameplate really the essential and the only criteria to charge? There's the charging capability of the car. There's the state of charge of the car battery. There's the temperature of the battery and of the outside. So, Pierre, how does it work?
Well, you're right. Depending really on the car, on the outside conditions and the state of charge, each charging process is really different. To be exactly, it's unique. And due to the communication standards, either CHAdeMO or CCS, the charging car is sending continuously its information and its demands to our charger. And then the charger picks automatically within our software the exact and the right number of active power converters to deliver the exact power, voltage level and current. So due to that, we can always keep the charging process at an optimal operation point to have the most and best efficiency during the whole charging process.
Okay, Pierre, that is easily understood for one car. But, well, we have 2 DC outlets at our charger. And with our option Connect Plus, we have actually up to 4 DC outlets on this charger. So, is it then you have 4 cars standing in front of this charger and 1 car standing idle?
No, that's of course not the case. So the dynamic power allocation always allocates in the 4 independent power groups the demanded power to the cars directly. So for example, if there's 1 car charging at the same time, here for example at our high power cable outlet up to 500 amps, 300 kilowatts, the full power will be deployed at that 1 car. Once a new car arrives, our charger communicates with the new car and they negotiate the charging power the new car demands. So, for example, if there's a small car coming which only can charge with 50 kilowatts, then the charger will automatically allocate 1 power group to that new car so that it can easily charge up to 50 kilowatts or even up to 60 kilowatts, and the other car can still charge with 240 kilowatts. So everything is handled more or less automatically.
So basically, what you can understand, with our charger, even with 4 outlets, 4 DC outlets, there is never a car standing idle. Every car is being charged. This was our third USP, the dynamic power allocation. We also want to show you what is our value screen. You might have wondered why this charger has such a large screen. There are actually 2 reasons for it. The first one is we want that the charging appearance is as comfortable for the user as possible. So Pierre and I, we are some kind of standard German male height. But well, there might be a basketball player who is 2 meter or 2 meter 10. And there might be people who are dependent on their wheelchair. So for that, we actually have the chance, it's just a light touch. And you can move the user interface to the top or to the bottom. Then there's a second thing. Actually, in most locations, with the charger as such, with the sale of electricity through the charging of the car, most locations do not achieve a positive return on investment. So we thought of an opportunity where you as an investor can increase your income.
What I'm really thinking about is cross-selling functionalities and advertisement. And in order to make that happen, we decided to put the high-level software based on a modern WebSocket design, so it's based on JavaScript, and the screens, they can display HTML5. So basically it's possible to display either websites or links, pictures, or even video. Actually, I could even imagine that it would be possible to charge your car, and while charging your car, you could order some food from a fast food restaurant.
So you can see, there are advertisement options, there are cross-selling opportunities. This charger is brand new. we have not yet that many examples where we can bring to you and demonstrate. But we're happy to cooperate together with you and work together with you to actually make that happen. So thank you very much. Pierre and I hand over from the test center here in Leipzig to Monique, and we will be back in the Q&A session later today.
Thanks. See you later.
Well, I would say that was quite a bunch of information, and I hope you are as excited as we are about this product. And you already saw some opportunities with the CCharge D being applied in the different scenarios, like the public fast charging, the customer and guest parking, and the highway and urban gas stations. Imagine this appealing design of a premium charger integrated as an eye-catcher into a modern cityscape. And for your customer and guest parking, you have all the possibilities to improve your image, not only because of this outstanding modern design, but let your customers go for supermarket shopping or enjoying a dinner, and they can rest assured that their cars will be safely and efficiently charged. Even further, think about customizing the charger via the large screen. This provides all the room for you to integrate value-adding opportunities, such as advertisement, website links, or other relevant information of your company's ecosystem. Or have a look at urban gas stations where the space is really much limited. So with CCharge D and its compact footprint, we do offer you the highest utilization of space and power. And if you need more than the 2 integrated charging cables and the AC socket, you can simply upgrade with 2 further space-saving and standalone dispensers. So I can only emphasize what Moritz just said. You as our customer will make the decision about the right point in time for your upgrade investment. And still, we are even more sure that together we can make more out of your investment. We will be happy to work with you to further integrate the charging infrastructure into your business processes, even beyond the charging. CCharge D offers really so much flexibility. Our global account management team, as well as all the regional sales teams, are more than happy to accompany you on your journey to innovative, user-friendly charging technology. And with these words, I'm handing over back to Birgit.
Yeah, we heard a lot about what are the key takeaways. With the high efficiency, the modular design, and a scalable solution, your investment is future-proof. User-friendliness for us does not only mean intuitive, multi-language, and adjustable touchscreen, but also space-saving and compact design. With upgradability, dynamic load management, and possibilities of the value screen, CCharge D offers more than a simple charger. It adds value to your business. And now I'm handing back to Adrienne for our Q&A session.
Yes, thank you. It's been great to hear the CCharge D being introduced from all perspectives. We've heard a lot about features, about technology, and also about business and use cases. And now, as announced, we are going to go into the Q&A session when all 4 of our speakers are at your disposal to answer your questions. And as you might have guessed, and Monique also hinted at that before, Moritz and Pierre were there in Leipzig, not now, right now, live, earlier here, but they are now here with us today, live, answering your questions. And actually, there are quite a few questions, and I would like to start a question for Pierre. What is the maximum charge power per car when using the dispensers and charging 4 vehicles simultaneously? Are the 300 kilowatts always shared? But is
Adrienne, sorry, the stream is interrupted, but I think I got your question. So basically, we have installed 300 kilowatts of total power in the CCharge D. And we're having 4 power groups where 60 or 80 kilowatts are assigned to those power groups. And within these 4 power groups, we can shift and allocate the power of the charger to the outlets. So we can shift, for example, to one outlet 300 kilowatts, or to 2 outlets, we can share them around about 50 to 50%, so 160, 140 kilowatts, or we can also allocate only like 60 kilowatts to one power outlet. So for example, if you pick the CHAdeMO outlet with only 125 amps, so small ones, then we will only, or it's possible to only allocate 60 kilowatts to that output. So that, I hope that answers the question.
I hope so too. If not, then I would ask the viewer who posted this question to add some additional questions for clarification, and I try to ask them also in the Q&A session. The next question would be for Birgit. It's a bit of a general one. Increasing charging infrastructure also requires higher power load. How to handle it? Does Siemens have an answer to that question?
Thanks for the question. Yes, we as Siemens Smart Infrastructure have all kinds of experts and technology in-house who can support our customers to find the best solution, starting from consultancy till the supply of technology. For example, most gas stations today only have a low voltage connection. To meet the increased power demand of fast chargers, the grid connection needs to be upgraded, for example, to a medium voltage connection with higher load. This is achieved through substations which connect the gas station to the public grid. And we have all the components from transformers to medium voltage and low voltage substation in our portfolio. Another example, for example, we have for campuses or shopping malls, could be installation of microgrid. Therefore, we have an example showcase in our Siemens Austria campus, which illustrates how a microgrid can help integrate e-mobility into existing local distribution grid. With the expanded grid, or to pay higher tariffs. For details, please contact us.
Thank you. Apparently, I was slightly frozen before. I hope it works now on my end. So I would like to address a question to Monique. It says related, of course. When will this model be available and in which markets? Monique.
So basically, we are currently ramping up our production. So, and we will start, as it is like usual in normal ramp-up times, to start with lower quantities and with some specific projects that we have already orders at hand. And basically, I think whenever there's a specific request out of this webinar, and you are interested in a specific project that we should discuss, then please feel welcome just to discuss that really project specifically and address your request via the email address at the end of the webinar.
Thank you. And Moritz, there is also a question for you. How do you ensure interoperability with popular and future electric vehicles?
So the charger has the capability, let's say, to be updated over the year. So as cars are emerging and also the software is developing, we will basically upgrade, we will regularly test the charger against vehicles, do interoperability tests with the leading OEMs, and then we'll push over the OTA functionality as long as the customer wants to have it. We would push the update on the of the firmware of the charger to the chargers installed.
Thank you. And apparently our viewers today are mostly interested in technical features. So